You're also confident.
Oh.
All right, so, well, this is it's going to be somewhat different than normal, but we are going to mastermind around what we can do to market ourselves, and we can market better. So figure out what we can do better, what's been working, what hasn't been. So I mean, there's probably 1,000 different things that we can talk about. So let's figure out what it is that you guys want to focus on, and then we can put it up on the whiteboard, and we can go around and figure out, how what's working for who and how it's working. So.
Don't start with me.
No.
Don't start with me.
Mastermind,
Yes.
me, great. I definitely think getting our all our departments together so that they know, okay, we need to have this done for marketing and what's working. I think having a whole company-wide prep will help with that. And I think with marketing, we need to know, with events, when are we having events? Who's promoting the events? Who's signing people up? And what do we need for the event? How many people? All of those kind of things.
Okay.
So kind of promotion, making sure we have people know that it's going on to come to an event.
And we get more commitments from them.
Exactly.
So structure of the departments is kind of what I got out of that.
Yeah.
So that we can, and underlying in that is events, marketing, online,
Commitments.
commitments, one-on-ones. Oh, group is part of events. Cool. So, George?
I would think from my perspective, to increase the visibility of magnetic marketing everywhere possible. That's why I, did the Yelp site and put the pictures up, because I know that, if I direct people to that page, they'll say, oh, okay, so, people are looking at this company. They obviously know that it's, a really important company to do business with. And so by putting the photos in, they're like, okay, I can put a face to this company, and I feel like I have a connection. I can relate to these people, and I want to do business with them. Mm-hmm. I asked everybody to like magnetic marketing on Facebook.
Cool.
And I'm going to check with Trisha from Yelp to see about if there are any upcoming events where we can have a booth, because that's really important for visibility.
Actually, we'll change this. So it's VISI, right? And okay, Joe.
Maybe a little bit of integration, and by this I mean like with our website, sort of working those examples emails that we're sending out, sort of work that out into the web page, and also once we start getting going a little bit more, to build off of what George said, constantly every week or so, maybe putting up a video of the work that we're doing, just so people can kind of see the stuff that we are doing and get a better feel for it and feel a little bit more comfortable and be like, okay, this is what they do.
What's the thing about booths?
So this is visibility.
Right.
So gaining more visibility, going through Yelp, Meetups, Facebook, LinkedIn. So this is all social media, and this is so online, actually online and offline.
Okay.
Basically online and offline visibility, gaining traction. So getting examples, and so. Are you saying releasing a client's video?
Yeah,
Or our
like
own?
even just like on the Facebook, just do like a
Okay.
quick like half of a clip of it, and then so that way if people want to see more, they either have to go to their site or go to our site, and it just gives them a better understanding of what we do, since video marketing is like a new thing. Everybody's you hear video marketing, but you don't really know what to think. You
Right.
think commercial ad or
So
So-
release.
No, that's great. And then the thing is that you can put it on all the different social media websites. And this way I could do an intro that says, do you want to increase the visibility and profitability of your business? Then take a look at an example of what we can do for you and what we're currently doing for current clients.
Organize examples.
Better. So we have examples, but they're not. Well, actually, realistically, they need to be organized. We'll take the better out of there. Like they're kind of I put stuff together and we have the portfolio site, but it's not developed yet. It needs to be finished getting developed. Okay, cool. So.
Okay, what's your thoughts?
Well, we need to get there's a lot of things that we need to do. We definitely need to get the portfolio site finished because that's part of it, but a big part of that is the videos and obviously getting those up and running. Launch videos done. Another one is the and just the portfolio. So each section we need to design
Like the video
an
series.
example of each type of process.
Oh, that would be great, because then we can have like a flow chart or something that says, if you have a business that wants to concentrate in this area, look at an example of what we've done for XY client. And that way
We'll definitely have the portfolio for that, and we can show that. We also need to have our own, so.
Right.
So it's, for the content video, like we have the stuff, but we need to finish, and that's all got to get done by July 1st.
Okay.
So.
The launch videos and the video series?
The launch videos, we have a whole bunch of videos that need to get done by July 1st.
Okay.
Most of them have been shot. They just need to be edited, organized, uploaded, and put into the portfolio so that we can say, here's step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. And so people can see, when they're coming in, what the next result is and how that looks.
Okay.
So, now there's a lot that we can come to focus on here. There's a lot we can focus on. We can. What are you guys? We'll go around. What do you think are the top 3 most important things to focus on within the subsets of these?
I would think that portfolios are really important because we need to have an example that says, look, this is what we do, A, B, C, D, and boom.
3 things.
Oh, right. So I'm sorry. No, right.
Each
So
person gets 3
it's a
knowledge.
portfolio is really important. I think that's really key. Also, we want to, in visibility, make sure that we are at events so that our presence is seen.
So you want me to add events to this, to offline?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I would say more aggressive online marketing, so that we can. Because what I do is like every week or I'll put up at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 posts with the links, and I always say, contact, Hawk Mercado of Magnetic Marketing in order to improve the success of your business. And I say, please look at the video in the link below.
Okay. So where does that go?
Oh, as far as the marketing, it would be in structure.
Marketing online?
Yeah, because we want to be able to have that umbrella of, that we're consistent in our marketing and that we are clear in the message that we're sending out to potential customers, and that we're hitting all these different media websites. I also put a posting, which I will continue to do on Co-Promote, which is really
I
good.
saw that. I
Yeah.
get a Google alert like once a week.
Nice, nice.
Joe?
Definitely the launch videos. Need to get those done.
Those are almost done. We just need to we're just getting a new computer.
Yeah.
It's all right there. It's all on that drive right
We
there.
just need to basically get resourceful. Get a new computer.
Yeah, we're gonna probably have to go to my mom's house this weekend to use her computer.
That's why I got great finance.
Oh, you need to give
So
Jeremy
I know.
a call.
I'm actually working.
We need to give Jeremy a call. You said you'd have them for him today.
Yeah.
I'll add that too. What is that?
Mhm.
We'll get the system down.
Okay.
That would
Cool,
be
so that's one.
customer
And then-
support.
Either, since they're pretty much close, the portfolio and then organize of examples, either, they're pretty close.
Yeah. Okay.
They're
So
related.
probably yeah. Same. This is a subset of this,
Yeah.
so we'll do that. Okay. So that's 2. One more.
Which one did you say? Portfolio?
Yeah.
I'm actually doing that in our system right now. So.
Okay.
I'm documenting it. Isn't that awesome?
Yes.
I feel like I'm taking notes.
What's is that below marketing online?
Commitments.
Okay.
So these are connecting with people who have made the commitments to work with us, or for instance, the commitment to come into an event and be here. And so it's just basically keeping people to their word.
Mm-hmm.
So if they say they're going to be somewhere, they're going to be there. And and it's kind of like, hey, we missed you. Like if, for instance, for the couple people who didn't show, we can send them an email that says, hey, we missed you. We were really excited to meet you, and we found that successful people keep to their commitments, and if they need to change their commitments, they let people know. So if you'd like to stay in our group, then make sure that you come, and you either come or you let us know. And all you need to do to let us know on Meetup is to say, sorry, I can't make it. Click the no on RSVP, which helps us figure out how much what we need to do.
What was his second thought? I got the portfolio and.
So the launch videos, the portfolio, and so is that what you want to? So I mean,
Yeah, I was just-
Okay,
didn't-
perfect.
Quite sure that was. And then there's one-on-ones with individual clients or with our.
So this is the structure of our
Okay.
department. So this is how are we taking these on? And now this one we've got pretty solid.
Mhm.
I would say, especially I've spent a lot of time figuring out this. And for the most part, this based on, because we have the meetme.so, it helps hold people accountable by saying, hey, look, here's how many slots we have, and they get their emails, they get an update. So maybe that's especially for the meetups, we have most of their emails, we have some of their phone numbers, and so just to send them a message saying, hey, or put them into Meet Me so that they get those automated responders, and we're not worried about trying to chase them down, basically.
I do have a note. I think we do need more one-on-ones in the company, so that's like where I keep begging you, I want to sit down and talk about this, that kind of one-on-one. Whereas, we're great with the client one-on-ones. I
Okay.
think we need to work on company one-on-ones, because looking at how my company works,
Mhm.
there's always one-on-ones with the different offices. And it really, really helps to check in with each other. So I think that's gonna be really important to have those, so I check in with you. What are you doing as far as, you're doing a lot at events, you're talking with that. Talking with Joe, where are you at with the projects you're working on? Where are you at with what we're working on? I think that's gonna help everybody, and going back to that structure.
Sure,
Yeah.
being transparent, being
Yeah.
connected, and, yeah.
Cool.
I'll go with that one,
So-
because
That one? One-on-one?
I'm big on, well, yeah, I'm just big on in general in-house communication, so, sort of what everybody's doing, so I sort of have an idea.
Cool.
So when I
She's-
go out to talk to people, I'm like, yeah, this is what we're doing right now. So it's like, well, we do this, and
Yeah.
we do it, I'm not really sure what we're doing right now, but I just know this is what we do.
So Trello is gonna be awesome for that, because it's
Okay.
gonna have everything that we're doing all under one roof.
Okay.
So you'll be able to
I'm
say,
working on that,
oh,
you're
we're,
gonna add it.
here's some of the things that we're working on, and like you'll be able to go in and you can look at whatever departments that you want to look at and see, oh, okay, here's the whole department of everything and all that. So, cool. So 3 from you.
So 3 from me, and this is regarding marketing, sorry.
Well, regarding what we'll mastermind around.
What do you mean mastermind? Because I
Like
thought.
what we're gonna discuss and what we're gonna focus on in today's meeting.
Okay,
Is there's-
about marketing, and those are kind of all the things regarding marketing that we're talking about.
Mhm.
So now we're kind of getting it.
Yeah, so we're gonna figure out
Okay.
what we're niching down into.
Okay, so as far as marketing, I would agree with visibility. I'm gonna add that as well.
So the subsets.
The subset of that.
Yeah, 'cause, I mean, this is a huge conversation. This is a 3-day conversation right here.
Yeah,
If not a 30-day conversation.
Yeah, I think meetups, having the actual mastermind with the other companies, and focusing on that and really making sure that we're ready for those events, and we promote those events really well. So the meetups for visibility, to say, hey, we're this great company, we're actually gonna work with you, this is complimentary.
Yeah.
And we would love to join you and give you value and say, hey, we wanna really get your company going and we care.
So George, for that,
Mhm.
in the meetup
Yes.
training,
Mhm.
it shares with you how to go about. There's actually in the swipe file, there's a script in there that you can send to people, customize it obviously,
Nice.
but to send to other organizers
Oh,
and
right,
say,
right.
hey, we would love to, partner.
Yes.
When are you
Yes.
free for coffee? When are you free to meet with us so that we can create coexisting meetups, and we'll promote theirs, they promote ours. So the more, basically what that does is the more, and we're not saying, hey, come off of their list. We're not asking them to send them over to us necessarily.
Right.
What we're asking is for them to just promote the event. So,
Right. We promote them, they promote us.
Yeah.
And it works really well for everybody, because we are increasing the probability of getting a good turnout and then getting clients.
Yeah.
This could be a good idea for that with, it's like when we have our first real estate marketing mastermind, they're teaming up with like Nelda or something like that, so she was saying she has 3 or 4 people that work for her, sort of inviting all of them and getting all of them here.
yeah.
Because then they all know people inside the real estate community as well, so they see the results, they'll tell them, and they're more inclined to join and want to come, and sort of when we do our things, sort of like try and target it like that,
Mhm.
maybe find somebody specifically in whatever we're talking about and try and get a group of people from their office to come in, and then that way it makes it a little bit easier, so we don't end up with random no-shows like this.
Yeah, definitely. And that's a great, talk to leaders in different industries. So, especially, this one is more of a open-ended,
Yeah.
we're focusing on the marketing aspects of it just in general. But when we do real estate, definitely connect with brokers, lenders, agents themselves who are, whether they're doing well or not, actually, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Because we can help both, and they know other agents who are doing well and who need support. So that's definitely good. Is that We'd say that kind of falls under that same section.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then
That was
like,
sort of
I would
building on
definitely say the commitments, going back to that, and just making sure how we can make sure that people are, it doesn't matter if they know about us, and if they say yes, but then don't show up. I think that's a really key thing of just making sure that we get people to actually come, because it's one thing where you can say yes on Facebook and then you don't show up. And
Yeah.
it's kind of like, we kind of want to avoid that, because that seems to be really the big trend, that people are like, oh yeah, I'm going to go, and then they don't show up anyway. So it's kind of like their RSVPs are no longer genuine.
Right.
I think we need to have maybe something a little more formal and go old school. Maybe that, try something different than the online, because it's so easy just to say yes and then totally forget about it.
Yeah.
Unless they're making a deposit. So this Mastermind is free. You do need to make a $50 deposit, a $50 no-show deposit.
Right.
Something like that, because that holds them accountable. They're definitely going to show up there for $50 are on the line.
Yeah.
I mean, if we kind of want to go a softer route, is to like, we could send out really cool, you're invited to this Mastermind, please RSVP, and it can be very kind of formal in that sense, potentially appeal to a lot of people.
Okay. So another way to get people, because these are generally during dinner time, is to offer, especially for the challenge with groups with food is that food is distracting. Food, but also hungry people are distracted by their hunger. So
Yes.
kind of the same, goes hand in hand. So
Right.
I mean, we could do
Maybe
this thing where
have-
it's 30 minutes, check in and eat.
yeah,
That's
Yes,
much.
that's
So-
what I'm thinking too, is we eat
Then
beforehand.
semi-networking,
Yeah,
we're labeling
and
all
then
that,
we
then
sit
we're
down and
cooking
get
food.
to it.
So
Like this morning, at the event, we had the morning kind of breakfast, which
So we
was
have
great.
our-
We had a little something, I was like, oh, I am a little bit hungry. Ate, we were able to talk to a group of people, sat down, started it. No distractions as far as the food. If you had something, you could nibble a little bit. So I'm sure it's like, oh, if you bring your food to the table, but it's just it worked really well to have that. And I think that would definitely, and it's just so easy to get, food for groups now. With the companies are so like,
and we can get sponsors too.
Yeah, that's the
yeah,
thing.
has that
And
sponsorship.
and this is paid for. I mean, honestly, food and
It's a
drink
write-off
for them
for
to
them.
get a 30-second spot, $20 is plenty to get. Maybe we just keep it pizza. We get 3 pizzas or 2 pizzas, some wings, some breadsticks, something like that, and
Something
some.
light, something easy,
I know that like they're
Right.
20 or for $25. So we would have, obviously we have Regis here as a sponsor.
Mhm.
So for anybody who does want to learn about Regis, they can, come in, they can get some valuable information. And then we would also, depending on which location we're at, this location, they don't do the ad. That's why we have the marketing materials. And hi, for the person watching this, you can check out our YouTube channel, and you can go to the one that gives a tour of our office, and you can actually check out Regis if you are interested in that. Really cool office space. And then for the other sponsor, so sponsor for $25, and it's food, drinks, and they get maybe a minute or 30-second commercial, something like that. Cool. And then from 7 to 9 is masterminding, and then 9 to 9:30 is networking again. And this is when we break down. So we would need probably 2 people to break down, and the rest of the people are networking and connecting with people. 1, maybe 2 people to actually break down. Cool. All right, so we have 1 from you. What's the second and the third one that you want to focus on?
No, I did too.
This
The
one.
meetup, the commitments to the meetup.
Okay, so kind of the.
Yeah, they kind of go hand in hand, but the commitments on that.
Okay.
And then I would say probably Facebook campaigns.
Okay, so doing Facebook campaigns?
Yeah, because I think that's where so many people are. We talk about it in our videos that everybody is on Facebook. More and more
Yeah.
people are going to Facebook. If we can create an audience, if we can create a crowd, if we can create our tribe, you know, on Facebook, really connect with the people, we can really go far, like, you know.
Yeah.
I think that would be very, very valuable. And then that leads to everything else. You know, Facebook will lead into the meetups and lead into all the different things.
Mhm.
Okay, cool. So, would you consider the meetups and the events part of one and the same?
What type of events we're going to?
So,
or events we're
because this is
hosting?
online, right? This is meetup online, but this is us creating those events.
I think one leads to the other. They're connected.
Right. Yeah, they are connected.
Mhm.
So, okay. So, and let's go back to this side here.
Okay, thank you. I was waiting for that.
So to get people to so people register on Meetup, they register elsewhere as well. But we need their email and phone and name. And so then we're gonna send them off to Meet Me. Actually, what we'll do is we'll actually enter them in and we'll create specific events. We'll create a link through Meet Me that we can register them on, and it won't require their phone, but we need their email, otherwise they're not going to get.
Right.
They won't get emails.
So we need the email,
So
phone, and name.
yeah, and then we'll register them on Meet Me, and we'll also another one we'll put them in is Infusionsoft. So we can get them, and this is just a tag. All we need to do is a tag for that. So that's really easy, a couple seconds. As soon as Meet Me, I'm waiting. As soon as Meet Me's got the integration, so with Infusionsoft, because they are coming out with it, I have no idea when, but when they do, that's going to be awesome. That's going to help us so big because we'll be able to actually, most likely, I'm hoping, fingers crossed here, when we schedule somebody for something, they're automatically entered into Meet Me, and we can tag them specifically with different tags. So we'll be able to send them the Meet Me emails and also an Infusionsoft set of emails. So we'll be able to send them additional information, get them excited. So one is just a reminder, hey, here's our event. The other one's, hey, check this out. Here's a cool clip, or maybe something else is do videos, maybe 30 to 45 seconds. Maybe 7 days, 2 days, and day of, and then send that to the people who are registered with Infusionsoft. So that we can say, hey, we're so excited, here's some of the cool things you're going to learn, bring your friends, bring your guests, register them here. And we can have a button where they can register their guests.
I'm thinking we should have more, like one more video, like way ahead, like
when they register?
when they register.
Okay, so reg video. And well, if we have it through Meetup, oh no, because it's not going, because they're not registering, we're registering. Okay, so we'll also.
You see what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah. We would actually probably use Infusionsoft. Because we put them into Infusionsoft, send them the video. We do have the registration video. It's templated, so it's across the board. It's the same every single event, but we can customize that every time. So we can add a customization to it. So that takes care of commitments. That takes care of the meetups, events.
You want to put in your, because I've kind of bookmarked and it looks like I have a couple that are pretty well, and so we can kind of niche out what's going to be the most important.
What do you mean?
Like,
What do you?
like, so we have, two kind of thoughts on the portfolio, two thoughts on the departments themselves, and then two thoughts on visibility. So, and in specific in there. So I'm curious as to what you believe as far as those, to kind of even niche down further to know what we really, really focus on. Whether does it seem to be the meetups, because I see that, that we're focusing on meetups here, but is it,
Well, I mean, we can do funnels here. So this is an entry point into our funnel. It's a free entry point into our funnel, and maybe we make this to 8:30 is the mastermind, and then 8:30 to 9 is offer.
yeah, I think that's important.
That is important.
Yeah.
So the masterminds, to break it down even further, 7 to 7:30 is going to be figuring out, okay, actually probably not even that, but like if we have a speaker, either a speaker or figuring out, like, kind of doing the brainstorming. And then 7:30 to 8:30 is working on each individual's component, so each individual. So each attendee. So we have online, so they register online. From there, we show their commitments and get them email and a couple of emails. So this is looking like that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait, no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is 7 emails from the time they register, or up to 7 emails, depending on when they. So if they registered 3 days before the event, they would get 1. They would get the second email, day 2 email, and day of email. So we're not, hey, we're not kind of overwhelming them with that. So from there, we can do an offer, which brings them into the one-on-ones. So what we'll do is it's going to be a, I would say, we'll probably do a 197 offer, just to get them, and that's just to have us sit down with them. So they're going to, in order for them to sit down with us, we'll look at their sales funnel. We'll take a look at it. This is normally $500, so we'll mark that down. We'll say, it's 197 for them. Is that? I heard the door knocking.
Excuse me, open? Open up. If you can leave it open for us? Open.
Thank you. So that would be a great way to bring people into the one-on-one. We have a conversation. We'll include, we'll figure out what else to include with that to add value for it. We will do a video with this, so we'll include a thank you video in that. I think would be a great way to show them what we do in terms of the videos side of it, and also look at their actual sales funnel, what they're doing.
I do have a question, and I'd like to bring it to the group.
Yeah.
Because I know we kind of talked with this about, your mom, and you wanted to kind of focus on having a bunch of masterminds. What's the consensus? I want to hear from the whole team about doing less masterminds so that we can focus more on getting people to, like, focusing on it. So it's more, focused on one at a time versus having 3 different masterminds a month, and kind of narrowing it down, because that way we can really, make sure we're getting the people there and we're not over, like, we're doing all this work. I feel like maybe that would be better to have, either doing like, this mastermind is this month, then there's a different one that, so
Right.
every
So we
3
have
months, we
so
kind of,
there's
yeah.
there's 2 masterminds a month. There's the real estate mastermind and the marketing mastermind. Well, they both focus on marketing, but there's industry leadership mastermind and then the real estate mastermind. And then there's the sales workshops, which is we're focusing on sales funnels. So
Those are the 3 different ones. So instead of having those 3, having 1 each month. So they're consistent, but they're also spaced so that we have time to focus on each one.
What about-
That to you guys.
I'm also thinking maybe 2 a month instead of 3 or 4.
Yeah, and because she makes a really good point, that if we can have focus on just a few, then people are like, okay, you know what? I can commit to this. I see that there's a lot of focus in this area, so I'm gonna go there. Because if they're torn in too many directions, they're just, people don't like making decisions. And we will limit their decision-making abilities so that they can focus with us and do business with us.
Okay. So only two per month. So kind of what another question I want to have is, this one I would like to keep every month.
Mhm.
Now the real estate mastermind and the sales workshop, and then we have other topics that we can discuss and we can work around and workshop around. So do we alternate those? So this one is always, we always do this one here, and it's every month.
Mhm.
And then we do one other one that we discuss something else.
Mhm.
And then also there's the other one. It's not a mastermind. It's a career fair, which was completely different.
Yeah, I think as far as the career fair with us hosting that, I think we would want to plan that, and it wouldn't be a monthly thing or anything like that, maybe twice a year. We have a big, something we can really get a lot of people at, that, that I know you have kind of ideas, but I just picturing the career fair, and there's all these different companies and everybody's mulling around, and I think we want something that's kind of has that energy of like, we're excited, we're interested, we want to hear more about, like, so if we're going to host it and have other companies that are kind of similar to us, if they...
We're not, it's
like,
just for our company.
Yeah, so I'm curious as to, because a career fair kind of indicates that there's going to be multiple companies there, there's going to be a lot more variety, and so if it's just, it's a magnetic marketing career fair, that kind of feels, I don't know, it feels like we're tooting our horns, if you will, I think. That's kind of what I'm feeling.
I just saw another one that it was just them. It was just their company.
Okay, so can you kind of explain the format of what it would be? Because
it's a demonstration of the company as a whole, as like who we are, what's our culture, what's the how does working with us look like, what's the training look like, what are the different options for training, what are the what are the different positions that we're looking for to fill, and
I would say that would be less a career fair then. I think, like you said, I think it's going to be...
Hello.
I was going to say, I sent an email saying I'll be a little bit late, so,
Okay,
and I couldn't get in this building to save my life. I just so happened to find somebody that was driving up, and they said, "Are you looking to get in?" I said, "Yes." Sorry.
It's all right. So we're just discussing. We went through
So marketing.
Okay.
So yeah, we're looking at different structures, different ways to market, to increase systems in marketing, and one of the biggest things was how to build your list, how to build your company through events and meetups.
Okay.
And how that works so we actually kind of incorporated, so this is online, bringing them into events, structuring it so they've got commitments, they've got, we have their commitments, so in terms of like, here's reminders, here's additional information, so it keeps people excited, keeps people engaged,
Okay.
and then from there, how to put them into your funnel so they're actually purchasing from you,
Okay.
or enrolling with you. You do insurance, right?
Yes. How did you know that?
I called you.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, wow, you're good.
You should do,
I do. I do my research.
Oh, okay, there you go.
So this is how to bring people. So this is people from online, so meetups. Actually, this is good. Meetups, Facebook, LinkedIn, etc. So doing that, and as you saw in the meetup group, we asked for your phone number and email.
Yeah.
So
That's how
that,
you know.
yeah. So those, you can, if you ever created a meetup group, or if you are interested in learning about that, we can definitely discuss that.
Okay.
Always ask for their information just so that you can follow up with them. You can send them email reminders, because we had 9 people, well, eight people, including myself, signed up. So, there are people who won't show up.
Okay. Let me ask you, not that I'm here to interrupt, but do you, because I found this with other meetup groups, do you find that after a certain point, and I don't know what your requirements are, that if people are SVP and continue not to show up, do you?
We will.
Oh, you will just give them the boot. Okay. Okay.
And there are different ways to go about that, and that's something that we're also trying to figure out and discuss in terms of, because we all are either part of events or attend events and put on events.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's just it's dependent on, of course, your style, and if somebody keeps RSVPing and then doesn't show up, and it's really, realistically though, it is about how much success do they want to have.
Okay.
Right. Because you sent an email, I didn't get it because doing the event at the time probably.
Okay. Okay.
But there are people who just RSVP'd. They get a reminder from Meetup. I know that.
I know they do. Yeah.
So
yeah.
they get the reminder, and we want to remind them additionally. And a great way to follow up with them is say, hey, I'm sorry you weren't able to make it.
Okay.
What we found is that successful people stick to their commitments,
Yeah.
and if they need to, they'll change them. That's totally fine. You can make a decision even if it's at 6:29 right before the meetup registration starts. Go on to Meetup and say, sorry, I can't make it, or send a message, hey, I'll be late. Just to update people and give that courtesy.
Okay.
And those will be the best people who actually work with you anyways.
Okay.
So,
and I like what you said about, commitment, keeping your commitments, because we know that if a person, says they're going to show up and they do, then they're probably the kind of people that are going to follow through on
The other
executing.
stuff.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Because if they are not committed to committing to a promise and following through at a meeting, then they're not going to do it in other places. So they really need to be focused.
Yeah.
So from there, just to recap, and this is good for all of us, so don't worry, you're not interrupting, is to have a structure to our meetup. And one of the ways we are looking at maybe increasing the number of people is by getting a sponsor to allow for food and drinks and networking during the registration period. So rewarding people who get here early, and then we also know that the doors lock at 7. So
I know that.
so
I know that.
it's kind of like, hey, if somebody's not here, we know that they're not going to get in.
Okay.
That's kind of one of our ways. There are ways to get in, of course, as you've seen. But
Strong people.
The
Yeah.
tenacious one.
yeah, that's and it's not that we don't want them to come in, and I try to leave my phone number on the meetup
I was gonna
group.
say, did you leave your phone number on the Okay.
Yeah, my phone number is in my profile.
Okay.
Maybe that should be something, is to add my phone number in the actual meetup. So
Yeah, to say, the doors lock at 7. If you find
Yeah.
it, you're gonna be late, just text me or call me,
yeah.
and we'll find a way to get you in. So.
Yeah, because that is, we don't lock the doors. The building locks it.
Yeah, automatically, I'm sure.
Cool. And then kind of the structure from there. So we love to do the mastermind, and I'd love to find out, what you're doing in your business to get people in, and how we can, give you information and give you our expertise and our, I guess, experiences on marketing in terms of group and events so far. So tell me a little bit about how you're growing your business and what you're doing.
I'm doing a lot of stuff online right now. I mean, even though I do have a physical space, brick and mortar, as they say, I'm doing a lot of stuff online because that's the way that the industry is going. Because as you know, I do sell insurance, but I was going to say I'm also moving. Insurance is my primary bread and butter, keeps the lights on, keeps the doors open, but I'm also looking towards doing more training online because I used to be with that captive agency with the farmers and State Farm, and I went independent, and I know there are a lot of other captive agents that are looking to go independent, and I want to be able to teach them how I did it and to be successful at it. So I'm looking at, incorporating a program like that as well. So
cool. So
yeah.
A great way to do that is groups.
Yeah.
And then, as you see, we're recording this. This is live right now here, and it's being recorded back there.
Okay.
So I'm live, and then that's recorded for our own development. And everything.
So are you gonna do like Google Hangouts and stuff like that?
It's on a Google Hangout right now.
Oh, look at that, we're hanging out. Okay.
So, we have the Hangout going. We had a viewer on earlier. They actually logged off like right at 7:45 or something like that. And so they got to see this, and they can get it. And one of the things we will do is for everybody, whether they made it or not, we're going to post this link on a meetup group saying, hey, if you missed this, and I'll probably post something, for those of you who did miss it and did commit, we found that successful people make commitments and keep them, or let people know that they're changing it. And that's just because, as a group and as a growing group, we want people who are committed and who are going to actually show up when they say they show up.
Yeah.
And that's how a group grows. So,
yeah.
Cool. And also, in terms of the programs, when you're doing the trainings, record them so that way you have a live audience with live interaction.
Yeah.
And then you can actually turn those around and turn those into a sales piece.
There you go.
So there's different ways to do that. So we figured out, the best structure for this is it's about an hour and a half of masterminding, and it's actually 7 to about 7:30. So the first 30 minutes is the brainstorming, which you saw on the other side of this, or a speaker coming in and sharing about a specific key information, and then each of us spending about, in this case we have an hour or so for 6 people in the room. Each person we work on their business or their department for 10 minutes.
Okay.
And then part of that is, making an offer of what it is that you can do to work with them. It can be a free or a paid offer, but always recommended, if you can, to have at least a no-show deposit if it is a completely free offer. Just because I've been doing events for a long time, and when you have a no-show deposit, even $1, people...
Oh, you know what? I was going to say, I've been to a lot of no-show deposits, and believe me, I don't care unless I'm dead on my deathbed, I'm making it because I know they got my credit card information and they will charge if I don't attend. And it's not $1. $1 I've paid, but when you're talking at least 90 to 100, $200, you're gonna attend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've actually, I worked with a company and did a research study that literally they were offering something. It was a comic book. It was a comic. It was an online comic, and they were offering it for free, and then they offered it to other people for a penny, and they found that almost 100% of the people took it for free, but like only about 5% of the people actually took it for a penny. It was a penny. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's just a cent, but they added the value of, am I actually going to read this, or am I just taking this because it's free?
Yeah.
So, the amount, yes, it has an influence on, the level of commitment from somebody.
Yeah.
But even, $1, a penny, or $10.
See, but also I think maybe it's just me, maybe it's the mindset that I'm putting myself in. Mm-hmm. It's like if you give a low value, they start to treat it like a low value.
guess is true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so, you know, I would never do a $25 deposit, because to me, they'd be like, oh, $25. You know, I'm putting my mindset, I know what my time is worth, and it's definitely more than $25.
Yeah,
so.
that's definitely making
Yeah.
at least worth.
She makes a really good point, because,
I like to make those good points, that's why I'm
yeah.
here.
Yeah, because the whole idea is that, you know, where they say, they have that saying, put your money where your mouth is.
Yes.
So this is an example
I
where
like
people
that.
say, hey, you know what? I believe in this enough that I'm gonna put my money down.
And you know, and one thing I learned today, because I was at another group prior to getting here, and they say once you start to put value on your time, you're not embarrassed to say, you know what, I charge $500 an hour.
Right.
You know, most people say, oh God, you know, $50 an hour. You know what, I charge $500 an hour.
Mhm.
You can either, you know, accept it or not, but I'm not gonna discount my price for you.
Right.
You know, maybe my services may not work for you. I can give you referrals to those price points that you're looking to pay,
Mhm.
but this is my price.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And do you
It's
have
worth
a
every penny?
Definitely.
And it's
Not-
worth every penny. In fact, that is the discounted price, you know?
Yes,
For real.
Do you have a team under you as well?
Yes,
Okay,
3 people.
cool. And
Yeah.
so if your time is worth $500 an hour and somebody's not willing to pay that, then it's a great way to say, you know.
Exactly.
And then if they're not willing to pay the $400 an hour or whatever your team is worth, whatever you.
See, it's just
feel.
like somebody going to
Yeah.
Walmart. I mean, like Nordstrom expecting Walmart
Right.
prices is not gonna happen. When you go to Nordstrom, you know exactly what it is that you're getting.
Right.
Unless something is on sale, they're not gonna discount the price for you. So, yeah. Yeah.
Sale at Nordstrom. is like-
Yeah, thank you.
Just go to the rack.
Yeah.
You wanna go to the rack.
Yeah, people know where the sales price is, and it's definitely not at the front of the store.
Yeah.
That's so true, you get what you pay for, because
It's true.
we went to Walmart, we purchased something and it breaks. We go to Walmart, we purchase something and it breaks, and we think we're gonna get a different result, so definitely.
Yeah, we only did that twice. First time was, I don't know, what's the saying? First time is bad on.
Oh,
First time, shame on you, second time, shame on me.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So first time I was like, shame on you, Walmart. Second time was like, I totally got that.
Yeah,
That was coming to me.
yeah, exactly.
So,
No, we will not be purchasing from Walmart.
yeah.
If we know we want something quality, if we know, we just need something to get us through the day, sure, yeah, we'll do that.
And then the last part, this is networking, breaking down, setting up a time this is also kind of feeds into the offer. So for the people who do choose to work with you and your companies, then to use that part of the time you're networking with them, you're connecting with them, you're building that relationship, and you're setting up a time and getting their deposit or their price point.
I think it makes sense to have your deposit be the same as your offer price, because you know they're comfortable, I'm comfortable with $200 purchases, I'm comfortable with 500. So you know whatever your deposit is, you can make that your offer.
Your first offer price, if you do that.
Right.
That's a good point.
because-
Yeah. So we work together. And one of the things that we found is when somebody is comfortable at purchasing at a specific price, you guys want me to demonstrate this?
Go ahead.
Sure.
It's,
Or we're going off track, so that was.
yeah. We'll really fast.
I'm not gonna draw the whole pie here. I'm just gonna draw a piece of the pie. So this is your sales funnel. You've got your free, and it goes in 1, 2, 3. So those are your 3 different free offers. You have your 0 to 49. Now this is, for instance, this group would be $37. Thanks to Regis, which you have the information there. We are getting this space sponsored by Regis for that purpose, so that everybody has an opportunity to come join, experience Regis, and experience our networking group. So we're taking a $49 price point and we're giving it to them for free. So you can do the same thing. This isn't just for groups, by the way. And the second point is 50 to 199, and Next point is 200 to 499, 499 to 1K, 500 to 1K, whatever. 1 to 5,000, 5 to 10.
And
so on
then
and
your middle point is probably, I'd say, 25 grand.
Yeah.
The
this-
happy, that's gonna be your,
This is your 25K. This is your perfect client. Actually, well, technically, this is your perfect client right here. This is your near perfect client. So when somebody comes here, they come to the meetup group itself. I'll just use meetups since we're on that subject. The meetup group itself is free. The meetup is valued at under $49, and we have sponsors, so we can get it for free. What we'll offer at a meetup, what we might do is we might say, you'll get something for $199 in value, something at $400 in value, and something at $700 in value. So 400, 700. So the total value is, we'll just say it's $1,200. But when we're actually going to offer it, we'll give it to you for $197. And there's reasoning behind sevens. That's a whole nother seminar. It's a whole seminar in itself. It's only about 10 minutes, but that's okay. And what we've done is we've actually taken somebody mentally down to a $1,000 into this price range. We've taken them into that purchasing price, and we've empowered them to say, okay, I would be purchasing at this price. Actually, technically, since we brought them to here, it's kind of a fine line, but it's based on each service. But I'm only spending it here. So you've got value to actual price paid comparison, and you know that if they purchase here, their next purchase will be here every single time. And then, of course, you're going to offer them an upgrade in this price range. You thank them for it. You offer them an upgrade in this price range until they say no. So if they say no here, then you know that their price range is here. You make your next 3 offers here. And then on the 4th offer, you make it there, and you offer them an upgrade again.
I've seen that happen over and over. Yeah.
Yes, I studied Disney. We actually are now studying the zoo, the San Diego Zoo, and San Diego Wild Animal Park or Safari Park. Google, Samsung, Apple. I mean, every highly successful company does this, and they don't you don't even realize you're going through this process, that's the fun part. And we build these online all the time, which is exciting for me. So this is kind of that how we get that. Now what we found is that meetup groups will only spend in this price range to begin with for their first, because what it is a trust building. You need to build that trust with them. And this is just based on experience that I've over the past 2 years, I've probably done 20 meetup groups with other companies, came in and spoke, also attended countless and countless meetup groups. So that's, and this is just, what you do. And realize meetup is not a way to build your business, it's a way to add value to your community. So the purpose of the meetup group is not to make sales, it's to build relationships. And some of those relationships will make you money. So just to make that clear, because meetup will kick you off if you're there to say, hey, you just like, don't, it's kind of like a not a pushy sort of thing. And then the last part is to just network and connect with people from there. So, yeah. What are you guys seeing? What do you want to kind of delve down in deeper questions? Anything?
I have a note for us for ours. We should be showing that funnel and connecting it to the videos. I think that will help our clients big time. You doing that, I was like, that's like the base of it, really.
Yeah, it is.
So like, you're like, yeah, it's the same thing as the funnel, but if they don't see that, they're not, because you were doing it and I didn't realize the connection either. I was like, wait, I thought we were doing this funnel thing. You're like, we are. And I'm like, really, I don't see it. So
Right.
I think having that added in, I think that would be very valuable, is handing them either in a free offer to get the great funnels and they can get them in that way, or, in the consultation, connect it, because I think that would be huge as far as clients understanding what we do.
I have yet to hear him speak. I don't even know what he sounds like.
Just learning. Trying to swallow that piece of the pie. There's only one piece. What does the rest of the pie look like?
It's basically, it's all the same thing. It's just your one-on-one, your group, and what was the third one? One-on-one group.
One-on-one group and products.
So that's all the same. So you have basically, instead of having people,
And I have
people
a whole
one
webinar,
funnel,
by the way, so you can watch
you want to have. He basically created the whole picture.
Forward that too.
Because I looked at the funnel and I thought that's great, because the whole idea is that you want to have people understand that. I always tell people that you've created a system that is foolproof and it is tested. So the idea is that you bring them in and you say, look, I'm going to show you how to streamline the way you do business so that you will get guaranteed results every time. And usually that's what people want. They want to come in and say, look, like you said, you go to Nordstrom's, right? And say, this is top of the line. And then they say, yeah, I see that. So you show them how to get the most bang for their buck and top quality.
Yeah.
Is the front door still open?
Yes.
Thank you. It's getting.
I also locked myself out, so. Just so you were aware, the doors downstairs were locked, so we also, a good note, when you're having your meetup groups, make sure the venue is ready to go so that it can welcome everybody in, so they're not like.
Yeah, we were talking about that while you were out.
Yeah.
Watching
Oh,
us.
okay, yeah, great, so we're talking, I shoved that energy there, so, that's good.
Cool. So what do you want us to help you with in terms of growing
Well,
your?
stalled around here and you'll get to me.
Yeah, we've gone around for
Oh,
them.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, see, maybe if I hear it again and then something may click in me, so.
Okay. So what do you, in terms of the marketing, sales, and going to events, do you want to work on?
Marketing is just sort of integrating the concept of what you're doing with your marketing, so it sends like a crystal clear message of what you're doing, and so you can easily display to the customer what you're doing, so they don't have to think too much about it.
Okay, cool. Let's do this. Go ahead and share with her.
About
So introduce each other. So he is focusing on connecting with people at events,
Okay,
coming to events and using these parts of the times to be able to bring in new customers and
is he going to the events to meet new clients or potential clients, or he's going there to present his products or services, or
to
what is
meet
the?
to meet new clients.
Okay.
new clients, people that can introduce me to new clients.
Okay, so you're going to a meetup that will specifically have those potential clients sitting in the room?
Yeah.
Okay. What, you want me?
Last
Or
little.
introduce to somebody.
Okay.
Choose one person, myself, anybody, and then we can all give feedback, critique it, go from there.
All right. So hi, I'm Joe. What's your name?
Gwen,
What do you do, Gwen?
I am an independent insurance broker.
Oh, cool. How long have you been independent?
5 years.
Oh, very cool. How's that going for you?
It's going great. I wouldn't have it any other way.
Good. What are some of the marketing tools that you're using?
I'm using online, I'm using networking groups, I'm using direct mail, I'm using advertising. But I think I'm my own best walking billboard.
Okay.
Yeah,
So you say being your own billboard is probably your favorite then?
that's right, because you can't
Okay.
comparison shop me.
We may be able to do all that other stuff, but this is it. You like it, this
I
guy,
do.
I'm gonna
You've
carry
got
this
so
guy
many
around
good
with me.
Yes, yes, yes.
Very cool. Have you ever considered using video marketing?
You know what, I have considered it, but I'm more of a behind the scenes type
Mhm.
person. I'm not, I don't like to be in front of the camera. I wouldn't mind being behind it, but I'm not a in front of the camera type person.
Which is ironic, because
Because
you're like,
you're
I'm
so-
the walking
So
billboard.
good, yeah.
Yeah, but
that's
you
it.
know what, I can direct
speak
it behind
well.
the scenes, but
Mhm.
I don't feel that comfortable.
Mhm.
Yeah. I'm one of those that you'll probably do the little, what is that, the whiteboard video marketing where you see
No, we
my
should hire
head.
an actor.
Yeah, oh yeah, that too. So yeah, but yeah.
So, continue.
All right. Well, so I work with the Magnetic Marketing Company, and one of the things we do is specialize in video marketing.
Oh, okay.
Yes. And so, how would you like to increase your company's visibility and profitability?
Well, you know what? I would never turn down something like that. So that sounds interesting.
Okay.
Tell me more.
Well, basically, what we do is we have devised a pretty much foolproof plan on how to find your perfect customers and draw them in towards you through video advertising, so you can gain your customers' information through email, phone number, etc. And that way you can contact them and stay in touch with them. So when they reach perfect age, you can offer them life insurance, or they just had a kid that turned 16.
Life insurance is offered at any age, from birth to the cradle. I mean, from
Well, you're
cradle
not
to grave.
You're not gonna offer life insurance to a 22-year-old just out of college because.
No, but you can offer it to his parents.
Exactly.
Or their
So,
parents.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then also, somebody had a kid that just turned 16, you'll understand that, we can offer them, new car insurance or et cetera. So
Okay.
that's a little bit of what we do.
Okay.
Yeah.
What would you need from me in order to make sure that marketing is effective?
All we really need is about 3 hours of your time to, go over the videos and shoot them. And like you said, you're not big on being in front of the camera, so just a recommendation of somebody inside your organization that you would like to put on camera to represent for you.
Okay, would you need to know the demographics of the people that I'm trying to reach? Would you like to know the niche marketing that I'm trying? Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
And, I'd love to set up an appointment later on this week. We can sit down and talk and go over all this stuff.
Okay, sounds great. I mean, what does your calendar look like?
Well, no.
Don't tell me you're pretty open, because
No, normally I pull it out.
I was gonna say,
Go
don't
ahead.
tell me you're open, because
Alright.
if you're that available, that means you're not busy. I may not
No.
wanna work with you.
No.
Me.
Give me 1 second.
Jesse.
No, serious.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
see,
that's
yeah,
right.
Yeah.
I mean, if somebody's sitting by the phone waiting for me to call, they're not that busy. I would prefer not to work with them, because that tells me, not you personally.
No worries.
Not you. But it tells me about the quality of their work, It's like the person with the cobwebs in front of their door, obviously nobody's walking through it, so, yeah. Okay, look, this
Good
guy.
point. Makes so many good points. She does. It's really, really true.
Well,
Good.
it is true for our company. They're not,
Yeah.
we
Yeah,
want to
we
be-
only offer 2 times a day. That's how busy we are.
Yeah.
Well, like you said, you wanted people to know that, hey, we are busy, we stand behind what we do, and we can accommodate you, but obviously we're not twiddling our thumbs. I mean, we're.
One of the
Busy.
secrets that I've learned,
Mhm.
and I learned this years ago, and when somebody did it to me, I said, okay. I mean, I didn't realize they were doing it until I, got into a relationship with this person, business related, and we started talking. He said, Gwen, one of the things I've learned that when I go meet with any client, I always have my calendar, and he has days highlighted. So you say, you know what, and I would look at the calendar and say, oh my goodness, I better hurry and get this guy, 'cause he's going to, get totally booked. And he said, you know what, my calendar will be completely empty, because he was just starting out. But just me looking at his book, and he would have names 2:30, Gwen 2:30, David 4:30, and I thought he was so busy. So I said, oh my goodness. So he's like, well, Gwen, when would you like to meet with me? I was like, hey, what time do you have available? And then when I found it, so now when I meet with any client, believe me, my calendar's full,
Yeah.
but believe me, I have my calendar, because it has that mindset of, exclusivity. And not only that, people always want something they can't have.
Yeah.
And then,
So,
yeah.
something great on that, and
Yeah.
that's why I recommend writing this down.
Okay.
And I wish I was an affiliate of it, because I've recommended like 100 people to this. Meetme.so.
Okay.
And if you want, actually, you can show you what this looks like. This
It's
is
like a join me. It's like a appointment.
yeah.
Yeah.
But this is probably one of the best ones on the market,
Okay,
and it's I like it better than Time Trade. I don't know if you use or heard of Time Trade.
okay, now.
So as you can see there, it doesn't matter what day you click on, there are only 2 available slots.
That's how this other one is too. I mean, it has like, and now that the slots are only like 15 minutes. I mean, you can set them for 15 minutes or 30 minutes. I don't give anybody, too much of my time. Of course, it's over,
Yeah.
15 minutes, because I tell people, if you're spending 15 minutes to save 15%, you're not my client. Because when I sit down with someone, I'm doing a complete profile, and it takes longer than 15 minutes to make sure they got the right service and product in place. So if they're like, hey, Gwen, only got 15 minutes, you may want to, go somewhere else. So,
So I mean, that's a pretty cool system.
and that's meetme.so.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I love it, and it's I think it's like $10 per. Like, it's $20. You get 2 pages, so you
Okay.
can have I have one for myself, I have one for Caitlin,
Okay.
and then I have a company one. So and
okay.
it makes sure that I have a company calendar, and then I can schedule that in.
Okay, does it
So-
generate, or does it,
It automatically fills it into my calendar,
okay, that was my question.
Connection.
and
Okay.
it automatically fills into
Like
Google
Google
Calendar.
Calendar?
Yeah.
and it automatically fills into their calendar if it's a Google Calendar, iCalendar, or Outlook calendar.
Okay,
And then they also have buttons that they can click as well.
okay,
So
yeah, because I live
they
and
have
die
fun.
by that Google Calendar.
Yes.
Okay.
I know that.
Well, that thing crashed, I am stuck.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. So, and then if you guys want to finish your conversation here.
So would you be free for an appointment tomorrow or next Wednesday?
You know what, since I don't have my calendar before me, I would hate to tie up your schedule if I'm not truly available. Could you give me your contact information, and I'll get in touch with you to let you know what time I'm available?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
So,
That was role playing, right?
Yeah.
well, that was, but we'll set one up later.
We'll
Anyway.
plan
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, what's the response to that?
to
To the I'm not available to set it up. Because there is a really great response to this.
Okay.
Because if somebody doesn't have their calendar,
Well, I really technically don't. I left it in the car because remember I couldn't get into the
Yeah.
building.
that's okay.
It's really great.
And so this is what I do. If somebody really doesn't have their calendar in front of them,
Okay.
the great thing about this is that you're going to get an email right away,
Okay.
and that email has a link so you can reschedule.
Okay, so that means he would have said, let me just put you in for a tentative time.
Right.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
I would have said that. I would say, you know what, I'll put you in for Friday at 2. If that doesn't work for you, when you get to where you're located, where your calendar is, let me know, and I can always reschedule.
Mhm.
That's, I mean.
Yeah. So that's basically
Okay.
what we. So go ahead.
All right. So I'll just put you in for tomorrow at 1:00 then.
Actually,
And
well, because it's if you need to reschedule, we have it set up as 24 hours.
Okay.
So if
Maybe
you
doing it
yeah.
24 hours.
so it needs to be at least 24
I'll
hours.
do Saturday too. It's
Uh,
a random. It's 24 hours, right?
check whether Saturday's okay.
I can put you in for Saturday at 2, and then you can go through and reschedule it once you have a chance to look at your calendar.
Okay, that will work for me.
So that's some good role playing there.
But are you really into video marketing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wow. Okay. Okay.
So I can't set up an appointment right now.
Oh, I like that. I like that. Okay.
Cool. So anything else? I mean, see what else do we have on here. So we went over. Well, actually, we haven't gone really over the online portion of the marketing of that. We've gone kind of into the meetup portion of it, but not into the Facebook or other online. So yeah, let's kind of focus on that for a little bit. So in terms of social media, I know that. So we do Facebook, LinkedIn groups. What else are you seeing?
Believe it or not, I love Google Plus. I stay on that. I mean, I mean, I hate to go on Google Plus because one of those things you can get lost. Next thing you know, 12 hours, 8, 12 hours. Oh, hey, I'm still on Google Plus, but I mean, I absolutely love it. I mean, yeah.
Anything else? Oh, you said you'd put Yelp on here
Mhm.
He's
previously.
big on the Yelp.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. Which
And then, of
it
course,
is true. There's a market there.
Because I was telling them that we know research shows that the median disposable income of everybody who looks at Yelp is about 150K of disposable income. So we want to be able to tap into that market.
See, I have a little sign
So
in my
this-
office that says, it says, do you Yelp? And it has a little thing, it's right there, before they leave my office, put that, go there to my website, yada, yada, yada. And I have a little, by my door, there's a QR code,
Nice.
That's good.
Yeah.
QR codes. That's a.
Yeah, I print, a little 8.5 by 11, I have it a little plastic by my front door, so, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
good. QR codes can, for the right market.
Oh, this guy's just taking notes. He's just taking
So,
notes.
a lot of stuff.
This is a LinkedIn. That was a really great point as well about the 150, because LinkedIn. So I don't know what the current statistics are, but when I got the statistics, it was about 60% of people on LinkedIn are making 100K or more and are decision makers. So they can tell you if they're interested like that, and because they're making over $100,000, their commitments, when they make a commitment, the 60% of them at least will actually follow through on it. So LinkedIn is great for international stuff. So like you've got, for instance, we could post the actual video of this and say, or let people know, hey, we're going to be posting this live. So take a, come here and wait for the live posting of this, something like that. Facebook has a couple different options. They have the groups, you have your page, and you have your regular posts. Groups and events. They're pretty much one and the same now. It's really hard to find a group these days.
What about YouTube?
I don't know why I didn't know that.
Yeah.
You do everything you forget.
YouTube
YouTube.
is huge.
Yeah, they said it's one of the largest search engines, believe it or not. So yeah.
That's why
So
people bought them.
yes.
There you go. Yeah.
Exactly. So yes, YouTube is great. When you have a final video that's uploaded correctly, because YouTube is a great search engine, but if your video isn't searchable, then it doesn't matter how great you're on YouTube, how much you're doing on YouTube. If nobody can find you and people can't see what you're doing, then this ends up going out the door. So that's what we definitely have taken care of a lot of that. George?
I'm thinking it's also a good idea to have a Google Plus page. I mean, I do. And yeah, right? Because that way people say, hey, you know what? This person has this, they obviously have something to say and something important to say, and I want to follow up with them. Like, what events are they having? What is their opinion on various items? Because when you keep it fresh all the time, we're like, okay, so this person is serious about what they're doing. I want to partner with them.
You'd be surprised at how many people invite you to join their circle.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get to see, okay, you know what, birds of a feather sometimes flock together. I've seen some of those where, they try to get you those private chats and you look, hey, look, dude, I'm not even interested in that kind of stuff.
Right.
But I was going to say, but they say birds of a feather do flock together. So when they invite you to their circle, you get to see exactly who they're linked up to, and that definitely helps.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you guys want to focus? I know a lot about YouTube.
Nice.
So is that something you guys want to share? I can share about, and then we can figure out what you guys are doing and how it can be improved. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
So YouTube. So a couple statistics on YouTube is that you are 5 to 10 times more searchable on Google. So you're 5 to 10 times more likely to be at the top of Google when you do it right. There are over I believe it's 1 billion on YouTube videos viewed each month, which is a lot, and that's probably rounded down, honestly. This was their 2013 statistics as well, so it's probably gone up from there. So just a couple of ways to get yourself ranked is the title. So you have a target market in mind.
Okay.
You need to make sure that your target market is in mind when you're creating your video and when you are posting it. And what are they searching for? What is it? What are the keywords? two to three different keywords that they want to read or find out about. So, we'll use your keywords.
You use my what? I'm sorry.
So insurance keywords. What are people searching for?
They say, is my insurance, let's say, is my auto insurance overpriced? So I would say something about, if I had to make a YouTube, I was like, is your auto insurance overpriced? I would use those same exact words and put it in the question. Then of course I would do a YouTube video with that.
Cool. So write that down.
Okay.
What is a video you can do?
Would be video marketing and company growth, increase revenue.
So how do you use videos to grow your company?
Yeah.
Okay, so write that down. George.
Mine would be one on how to lead a happy, balanced, and successful life. So I'm going to use self-empowerment, life coaching, and
But would you put that in a sentence? Because I just,
Yeah.
okay.
maybe that's not the right, I don't know.
You can either create a
Could you?
sentence
Okay.
or you can use just keywords. And
Okay.
You want to use those keywords in a
In a
sentence.
sentence, okay.
Yeah, so
Okay.
yours would be, what was it?
Overpriced auto insurance?
So overpriced auto, so
Yeah.
overpriced auto insurance. Those
Okay.
are 3 words.
Okay.
And so what's a sentence that you can do around that?
I could do see my videos in order to get tips on how to improve the overall quality of your life.
So how
And-
improve
Overall.
improve quality of life.
Yes.
So those are your keywords.
Yes.
Okay. So and then create a sentence around that. Okay, that's the thing. Cool.
Let me ask you a question with that in mind.
Mhm.
Someone told me, and I don't know, someone told me that if, like for instance, if he was to say 3 ways to improve the quality of your life, would that give him more searches versus a straight how to improve the quality of your life?
If you're giving 3 tips, then yes.
Okay.
If
Will you be giving tips, or will
Yes.
you just be, oh, wow.
No, I'm going to actually
Okay.
come out with a series of videos for YouTube that will talk about things like, how do you improve your self-image and then improve your relationships with everybody in your life.
Okay.
So,
See, it seems like for me, maybe I'm cynical. I would be like, self-image need improvement, or people hiding, when they see you walking down the street, something like that, where people,
right.
where people would say, golly, maybe I better check out this video. What is he really talking about? So,
Right,
yeah.
because I tell people this. I said, everything that I ask my clients to do, I do it myself.
Okay.
Because I know it works. I said, when I get up in the morning, I said, first thing I do, I'll go look in the mirror, I face myself, and I appreciate who I am. I said, if I can't do that with myself,
Thank
I
you.
said, it's not going to be able to do it with anybody else.
Yeah.
And that's the bottom line.
Yeah.
So, got to really appreciate who you are, believe in you, and then you can believe in other people and find their strengths.
Okay, oh, look at that. See, there you go. Okay, see, that's a video right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you? What would you?
Oh, geez. I do lots of videos, so I would say anything like video, camera, videography would be kind of key terms that people would be looking for. Videography San Diego, get really specific of where they're looking.
Okay.
anything kind of along those lines. Like either video, videography, variations on those.
So what? But that's part of it. So what is it that you're going to be sharing with them on the video? So like you have your 3 keys, right?
3 T's, yeah. So I guess how-to video.
Okay.
How-to video would be a great way to find people that would be interested in my 3 T's.
So what you'll do is you're going to shoot your video and you're going to create the file name with exactly what you just wrote down. And then what that's going to do is that's actually going to pre-populate your the title on YouTube. And if you do set your settings on YouTube, make sure that you leave, there's a way to preset your title, your description, your keywords, all that. Make sure that you leave this blank so that when you do have your file name, it correlates exactly
Okay.
here.
Okay.
That's
So
extremely
leave
important.
blank.
Yeah. In the advanced settings, it's an advanced
Okay.
setting feature. The next part is create a transcript. So in your description, I'm just going to write descript this. You're going to want a transcript. You want links, and you want basically you want a paragraph about what you do around the keywords.
You know
So-
what? You know what this reminds me? I mean, here I am saying. I'm sure you know James Wedmore.
Yes.
I mean, when you said these things, I'm like, wait a minute, this is deja vu. I just heard this about 3 weeks ago. But yeah, he said, transcript, links. I was like, oh boy, okay.
Yeah, I know James.
Okay.
Keywords. And annotations. So the keywords is just going to have, obviously, the whatever your file name is, broken up into different keywords. So if you have, affordable auto insurance, you could do that. Or, you would have one auto insurance, and you would break it up into multiple keywords. You can only have 50 keywords, and that's 50 words. So if you have a keyword that's 3 words long, that counts for 3 keywords.
Okay.
And you can have 50 up to 50 words in the keyword section.
Okay.
So don't use words like of or the or and or unless it's specifically like people are searching for marketing and sales.
Okay.
But most people will just put marketing sales because Google will still find it as a close relative. The annotations. So get your. Can you grab the charger?
Mm-hmm.
My battery. I forgot to plug it in. So your annotations. So click here to get affordable or to find out if you're overpaying for auto insurance.
Okay.
So or if you have overpriced auto insurance. So use your keywords there. So click here to set up a time, or click here to schedule and get business and life solutions. Whatever the keyword is for that.
Okay.
And I like what I do, right? I have my Google Plus page, and then I have blogs. What I do on the blogs is I always put my name in there as one of the keywords, because I'm like, these people are going to be searching for me. I'm going to make sure they find me. And then all the other key things, like I'll put feelings, and if you Google me, I tell people, put my name in Google, you'll find me everywhere.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
Because you want to have increased visibility all over the web.
Yeah.
And so that is definitely a key to this. Another thing, so all of these, what they do is when somebody searches you in Google, Google says you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then let's say you say, we'll just use yours because it's overpriced auto insurance, right?
Okay.
You say do you have overpriced auto insurance in your actual video? You say that, basically that terminology 3 different times, and then you have it in your transcript. You've just taken it from 6 to 7, 8, 9, and then in the video, 10, 11, 12.
Okay.
So you have it 12 times. So realistically, they say 5 to 10, but this is going to be what you would have had on your website anyways. That's basically your sales letter. So that's what would have originally been searched. So that's where the 5 to 10 times comes in. Because rather than only having it on there 3 times, you have it 12 total. So in this case, it would have 3, 12. So it would have been 4. Well, I guess 4 times. But most of the time, you recommend saying those keywords 5 times in your video itself, and then you have multiple ways. And you can also, in terms of keywords, if you play around with different variations of the keyword, it boosts your SEO as well. So,
okay. Do you think it's a good idea to visit not your competitors, but like somebody else that may be doing what he's doing, to see what keywords they're using within their videos?
Definitely.
So that when those people come up with videos, maybe yours will be right there on the side as another selection that they can choose.
So there are categories.
Others, yeah.
There are categories in YouTube.
Okay.
And those you need to make sure if you want to show up on your competitor's page, you need to have the exact same category as they do.
Okay.
And there's a way I don't remember the hotkey, but there's a hotkey that you push. I think it's like Control. It's like Control F2 or something like that. And what it does is it pops up the script. And you have to look. You have to go down and you have to look for it.
Okay.
And so you can then find out what category they're placed in.
Okay.
And then, if it's obvious to you, then you can just, do that. And then you can also find out their keywords.
Okay.
So you can do it.
So is it like I don't know anything about computers, but is it like viewing their source code and this and that? I'm looking behind the scenes to see
pretty much.
Okay.
There's a special code from YouTube that you can find.
Okay.
That's hidden in this. It's hidden from the source code. So you have to go to. It's
like
actually YouTube. It's a thing in YouTube to actually find it because.
So maybe we can go to YouTube to find that YouTube.
There is a video on it. I watched the video. That's how I know.
Okay.
Because somebody said, find their keywords and find their thing, and that's the only way to find it now.
Okay.
And also, if your competitors, and this is kind of a ninja sly tactic here.
You like ninjas.
Ninjas is fast and profitable.
Yeah, there you go.
In the keywords, use your competitor's name. If people are searching for Geico,
that's really good. Yeah, because then they're gonna get paid.
Like
if somebody's searching
why
for
Geico isn't the cheapest, or why Geico only wants you to spend 15 minutes. So yeah.
If somebody's looking for James Wedmore, sometimes I pop up.
Oh, you do?
Sometimes.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
So it depends on what keywords they're searching, and it's only for a couple of videos because we have a free video training that we offer. It's about 90 minutes long total, and I'm not interested in doing video trainings to teach people how to do YouTube marketing.
Okay.
We do some basic stuff, and so that's some of the things that we share. But also, it's what we do is the actual video marketing. I'm not trying to teach somebody how to fish if they know how to hunt.
There you go. Okay.
That's kind of that was something. It was like all of my mentors had said, teach people, train people on how to do what you do, and it was like that's brilliant. And there's only train people on what they need to be looking for. So I took it a step back, actually, is train people on what to look for when they have somebody else doing the things that they probably shouldn't be doing anyways. They're not an expert. If you, what's something you're not an expert at and that you're not an expert at?
Telemarketing.
Okay, perfect. So
Believe it or not, I really don't like talking to people on the phone trying to sell them something. I really don't.
that's
But, yeah.
that's totally
Yeah.
fine. If you're not an expert at telemarketing, then you got a training on telemarketing, and you found out you're like, I really don't want to do this, then what's going to happen is that training is going to just go into a file folder and you're not going to do it.
Yeah.
Unless you had somebody who was like, here's the basics of it, and if you really want somebody to do it, you can hire a company, or you can have your employee come to us, get trained with us, we'll teach them the ins and outs, and then they can come back to you and they can work with you. So that's more of the relationship that I want to have with our clients, is not, hey, I'm going to teach you all of this. Now you know the basics. So if you needed to upload something, you know that this is the basics of it. If you hired somebody to do your video marketing and you looked at them and you go, okay, well, they're doing everything right, they're following all these steps, then you know that they're a good company, at least in terms of the upload to YouTube portion of it.
Okay.
And then if you see, you're looking at their videos and it has none of this stuff, then you're like,
Then you got problems.
yeah, you're like, I don't,
Yeah.
thank you, we're going somewhere else.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was kind of, how that came about. So, cool. We've kind of gone over that. So I would like to extend an invitation to everybody here. So is it okay if I share with you a little bit about what we can do and how we could work with you in terms of video marketing and sales automation?
Go ahead.
So you saw the sales funnel earlier. So what we will do is we're going to do a sales funnel analysis. I love writing on boards. Sales funnel analysis to look at how you're bringing in clients, what you're doing to bring them in, and how you can get them to purchase more from you more often while you're building trust with them. Because a lot of companies are capable of creating a sales funnel that ends up kicking your clients out of your door. So they might pay you once, they might pay you twice. The question is, can you get them to pay you more times over and over again while you're building that relationship? So they're giving you referrals, they're purchasing at a higher level each time, they're investing with you on a greater scale. So we'll do a complete sales funnel analysis. We'll look at your online marketing and automation. And we'll look at your offline, so your team, and how they're actually going about and making sales. So. Sales team process review. So what's the process they're going through? Now what we found is that when a customer comes into your store or goes online, they should have the same experience whether they're going here or whether they're going here. Because what happens is if they go online and they're having a really great experience, and they call into your team because they have a question and they don't get the same experience, they end their relationship with that company. Same thing if they have a really great experience on the phone or in person, and then they have a really bad experience online. Especially this is becoming more and more important because people are getting more savvy online. Then if they see, oh wow, this is really hard to do, really hard to use, then they say, you know what, this may not be the right company for me, and they find somebody else. And then we tie that into how we can actually do video marketing and a sales team training for you. So we actually do tie this in to taking you through an online process so that when your customers do go online and then they come offline, they're having that same experience. So both your online system and your sales team are able to send your customers through that same wonderful experience, and it will allow you to put them through that sales funnel, so you're able to drive more traffic, more customers, and build more trust. So all of this is obviously, this is, by the way, so a 45-minute analysis. This takes about 20 minutes total, just because in general, for the most part, we found it takes about 20, maybe 30 minutes. And this is the final conversation where we discuss a little bit more about how we could work with you, which takes about 15 minutes. So we would take a look at all of that, and we've got a total of about a 90-minute session. So we spend 90 minutes with you. Now, for the most part, when we work with somebody, we obviously charge a lot. To work with myself, I charge $2,000 an hour. When you work with Joe, it's about $500 an hour. But I don't really want you to pay that because you guys are awesome and you showed up and you're here. So what I'm going to do for you is you're not going to pay $500. You're going to pay $197, a low investment of $197, and we're going to do all of that for you, and we'll work with you. And if at any point you guys, he needs my help with anything, or he needs Caitlin's help with anything, then we'll come in and we'll also assist with that. So if you're interested, feel free to actually talk to Caitlin, and she can set everything up for you, and we can go from there. So
You said you was going to tell us about the power of 7. That there's a power behind using the number 7.
Yeah, you left it.
Yeah. What is the power behind 7? Do you know?
I do.
Okay.
It's
Do you
like I
wanna
said, it's a
share it?
whole nother training.
Oh, there's another whole training. Oh!
I can include that for you.
Oh, you're too funny here. Oh,
Would
okay.
you like to learn more from him? What do you say?
No, I was just curious. I mean, yeah.
There is a very specific
They said the
reason.
power behind 7. I think they said 4, and there's another number. I'm trying to remember. Because I think this is the way that it's closed in. I think it's 7, 4, and I want to say 9, but 9 doesn't stick with me. But I think they said 4 and 7, and there's another number. But okay.
So I'm happy to share that, especially if you go on the journey with us. So. Are either of you interested in taking advantage of this? And we can have a conversation about how that would look. And
Okay, let me ask you this, because me personally, I know you have other meetup groups. Is this something like you have to take advantage of it today, or it goes away does it go away, or is that something that you would be offering at the next meetup group?
Well, do you want to increase your profits now or in 30 days?
Well, my profits are increasing because I think I'm doing the right things personally, but that's something that I would like to consider, but I don't like one of those, take it today or if it's gone today, but if it's something that's going to be offered at the next meetup, I would like time to think about it.
I have no idea if this is going to be offered at the next meetup.
Okay, that's fair.
And I'm happy to give you, if you want, we generally give all of our clients 3 days.
Okay.
Because I'm not into pressuring people.
3 days meaning 3 business days or 3 actual days?
Three actual days.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And on a holiday weekend or something like that, or if I'm going on a holiday weekend.
See, it's a holiday weekend for me, so that's what I was asking you, because
Yeah.
from tomorrow on, I'm
If
gonna have
you-
my grandson. That's holiday for me. I
So
disconnect.
Yeah.
Period. So because he's the only one, and he
So-
gets Gigi's time. Totally. So that means Friday, Saturday, that means I need to make a decision by Sunday.
by
But
Tuesday.
Tuesday, okay.
If you're interested in this, we can schedule a time and go over more in depth of what that would look like, and you know, it. Huh? And we can also go over this. We would go over part of this with you in that time, anyways.
Okay.
So if you'd like, why don't we set this part up,
Okay.
and then I can.
But do you have a card? Because, I mean, when I say I
We
don't
have-
have my calendar.
Yeah, we have an electric card.
Oh, okay.
Electronic.
Do I go to that?
If you
I'll do it right now.
want to put it in.
Yeah. Because I was going to say, I would hate to commit without my calendar sitting in front of me. Yeah.
So, yeah. and
Tuesday,
Not Tuesday. He said Tuesday's the deadline. But
Yeah.
I think if I'm not mistaken, I think Monday after 4 I'm available, but I don't know yet. Yeah.
wow, all right, well, I'll schedule it for Monday at 1 for now.
No, I won't be available until Monday after 4.
Monday at 1, yeah, only, it's either 11 or 10 or 1 right now.
Okay, what does your Tuesday look like?
Probably 10 or 1,
11 or 3.
11 or 3. Oh yeah, we have a meeting.
3. So put it for, yeah, I'll contact you by Tuesday by 3. Yeah.
What's your phone there?
Gwen, Gwen.
If you go on the meetup.
Yeah, you know, I don't put that stuff out there, you know, I don't put that stuff out there.
I'll get.
Yeah, I'll put it on Meetup.
Yeah, it is on.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm already telling people trying to get me these private chat rooms and I have to just give them all my information out. They'll say,
No.
wow, yeah, I thought you were saying, hey, wait a minute, that camera right here. Do you have a card?
No, mine are coming in, they should have arrived today.
How
Unfortunately,
dare
I know,
you
right?
attend a networking meeting
No.
without cards?
But what I want you to do though, is I always tell people, you can find me, and my website comes up immediately
Okay.
under my business, but you can also see all the things, the fun things I'm doing.
Oh, well, not those
So-
kind of fun things.
Well, no.
Is that out there on video?
No,
Okay,
no.
really?
That was funny.
Well, okay.
Not that kind of.
No, really.
Oh, wow,
Right.
okay.
So, I love Success Magazine. It's one of my
Oh,
my
yeah.
favorite magazines.
Are you in there?
I'm not in here.
I think that's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not quite yet. This is an October 2013 edition, so I'm sure it's available online by this point.
Okay.
And I just want to read like one sentence out of here. So this is on happiness. This article is on happiness, which and it has nothing to do with what we talked about, but I drew a big happy face, so it reminded me of it.
But it does have a lot to do with happiness.
This is true.
Yeah, we're gonna be making a little bit more money and being more successful and, yeah.
It's true. So, let's see. Being a positive, so being a positive person doesn't mean that you're never down or frustrated. It means recognizing tough experiences and feelings as an opportunity for growth. So I'll read that again since I kind of butchered it the first time. Being positive doesn't mean that you're never down or frustrated. It means recognizing tough experiences and feelings as opportunities for growth. And I read this probably about a week ago now, and it stuck with me, and I always want to share some little tidbit. It's a great article. Some really cool things on staying happy. Like one little tidbit: don't smile all the time. So just be yourself. If something's going on,
Yeah.
just let it go. And kind of move on. So there's some pretty cool ones on setting goals in here. I'll share that as well. So actually, this is cool for marketing. This was a cool piece on marketing. So we'll have this little tidbit. So what this article discussed is that they a group of researchers did a research on a coffee shop, and what they did was they gave buy 10 get 1 free. And they saw a massive increase when people started getting further and further. So, when they got to generally between 7 and 10 is my assumption on that. They saw people, so rather than buying 1 per day, they would buy 2 per day here. So, they got to 7, they go, oh, well, if I buy 8 and 9 today, then tomorrow I can buy 10, 9 and 10, or 7 and 8, and then 9 and 10. So, that was a great increase in their sales during those periods. The second time they did it, what they did was they put it into 2 groups. So they did a 10 to free, and then what they did is they did a 12 with 2 stamps already stamped, so -2 gets you to free. And they found that the people who already had the 2 stamps felt that they were already ahead. And they so people who had it set it at the 70% mark already was way high. Just says way higher. Basically, it just says it was much higher than group. Well, so this was group 1. This was group 2. Group 2 had a much higher return, much faster. So that is a great way. So if you set goals, let's say if you're setting a goal for, if you have an income goal, and your income goal is to get here is to be, let's say it's 10K for the month. Rather than saying, oh, I just want to get to 10K, and let's say you're starting, rather than starting at 0, which could be here, what you say is, okay, well, maybe I'm at 500. And so you add the 500, and you can either put that at 500 or you can put that at 10.5K. Mm-hmm. And what that does is that actually helps you get to your goal faster, so you can get more, get a greater income. So I thought that was a cool little tidbit on actually, not the process of goal setting, but how to create a perception within your mind that you're already ahead. You've set your goal and you're already ahead of the game. So great to basically start with a success in reserve, and so that you can achieve the rest faster. And that is called the X spot. Is the name?
It's called the X spot.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
it comes from a marathon.
Oh, okay.
So it came out of research with marathon runners.
Okay.
They found that at 70%, at the 70% mark of the last 70% of their run, they would get, they calculated the last 70% of the last mile. In this case, they found that they sprinted faster, harder, and they got more adrenaline, more ambition, more. So. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's just another cool thing that I wanted to share. So.
Okay.
Awesome. Well, for those of you online, have fun, have a great night, and if
Thank
you have any
you.
questions, send me a message.
Okay.